I am back from my morning walk. I don't have a formal commute to get to work. I work from home. So it's one of those, I've got 20 feet to go from my bedroom to my desk. But the thing is, I like going for a walk because it gets me out. It gets me somewhere. It gets me going around the neighborhood, and then it gets me back home. And so it feels a little bit like I have a commute. And it's one of the things that I like to do first thing in the morning is just take that morning walk because it gets me out, gets me active, and gets me in this frame of mind that I have somewhere to be and I have to meet some certain timetable so that I'm actually home and ready to get working. I am starting down to breakfast. I already got my 12-week year for last week calculated. I did this last night. One of the nice things about working to prepare your week on a Sunday evening is that you can have a lot of little stuff done out of the way. So my overall score last week was 63.37%. I had a 76.77 completion rate in goal 1, which is really high. I also had a 53.33 in my business building tactic, which isn't too bad. I wish it was a little bit higher, but it is what it is. Moving on. And then a 60% in my Wonderbook category. So I'm really excited about all that. And so I got to archive that. I've already got this week's sheet printed out, and you can see some of the marks that I've already made on it for the work done so far today. And I'm also, while I'm eating, going to go over what my to-do lists are for this week. Make sure that I fit everything in, and yeah, get ready for Thanksgiving on Thursday. Just opened up my email to start writing my leads, and I got this wonderful notice from Amazon Accounts Payable. I have the money from all of my book sales in October. And seriously, people, the fact that people are buying my book and are reading it is amazing. So, yeah, it's one thing to put a book out there. It's a totally different thing when people actually start reading it and enjoying it. So if you bought my book and you've been watching my videos, thank you. I appreciate your purchase. One of the things that I like to do first thing on Monday morning is identify who are the people that I'm going to email in a particular week and say, hey, how are things going? Is there anything I can help you with? Here's a piece of information that I found that I think you might find useful. This is my way of cultivating my leads, and I've talked about this before, about how it's important that you keep touching people, you keep reaching out to them and saying, hey, I'm still here. Because the reality is that if you send one email and it floats to the bottom of somebody's inbox, you're completely forgotten. So I was doing this today, and I was spending some time thinking about who I would do. I've been puzzling over how I can better reach out to both potential customers and my current customers. If you remember last week, I was talking about how I wanted to figure out how to better use Instagram and things like that. And I had an idea. This morning I watched a video from the Daily Whip from Whipsters, and a really good video talking about using video for the different stages of marketing your business. And it had a lot to do with even just using videos on your phone, kind of like how I'm doing right now for you guys on YouTube. And so I got thinking about it, I was watching it, and I was going, oh man, this would be a really great piece of information for some of my clients and some of my leads that I have. So I'm going to be emailing them, and after I did that, I was talking to myself and just going through my Instagram feed. Instagram keeps sending me notifications about, hey, like your picture's been viewed this many times, your video's been viewed this many times, and I was scrolling through it, and I'm pretty ruthless when it comes to following back people who follow me. Part of it's because I don't want to overwhelm myself with so many different things that are coming in and wondering, who is that anyway? I like following people who matter to me and who are going to have good content. But as I was going through that list and just saying, hey, who am I actually following? Are these people worth following? I realized I should start reaching out to the folks who are into video production and just start DMing them and saying, hey, this is what I do. You're already following me. I thought maybe we could do a collaboration together. And this is a little bit different than just blind DMing people on Instagram, because the reality is that these folks are already interested in what I do. That's why they're following. So in a way, they're not a cold lead. They're actually a warm lead because we already have a connection. And so I'm going to add that to my to-do list. I have a note at the bottom of my 12-week year to start doing that. So yeah, I got to go through and call out and find out like who's actually doing this stuff, who should I reach out to. But it's going to be interesting, and I'm excited about having this new lead source that I already had. I just wasn't thinking about it. My leads are all emailed, and that's a really good feeling. It's nice when you have identified who you want to talk to in a particular week and then you just chunk away at it. One of the things that I wanted to do was share that video with a bunch of friends that I have and a bunch of leads that I'm trying to cultivate. So that got sent out, and I've also reached out to a few other people that have been in my pipeline and have been somebody that I've been nurturing a relationship with. And I've also emailed clients that said that they wanted to work with me at the end of November, beginning of December, and I haven't heard anything back yet from those people. So they've now been updated and with me just asking, hey, where are you at? And this is a critical part, because if you're not asking where you're at, if you're not keeping that ongoing relationship with your clients, trust me, you're going to lose them. Just got back in from taking the dog out. I am sitting down for the next 20 minutes and going to see how many tweets I can bang out before my lunch break. Speaking of tweets, I just spent some time on Twitter updating my business account and also interacting with some of my friends on there. I like to keep Twitter as an active thing. I don't necessarily have a designated social media time, but I do try to limit it as much as possible because I'm known for going down into the Twitter sphere and being there for at least an hour and a half. But the thing that I love about social media and about connecting with other people, particularly on Twitter, is that I have the opportunity to interact with a lot of people who are interested and who work in the same industry that I do. So it becomes a place where there's a lot of information, where there's a lot of training, where there's a lot of resources being shared, and I love keeping up those relationships. To tell you the honest truth, a lot of the best opportunities that I've ever had have come through Twitter, and so that is a network that I try very hard to keep up and maintain on a regular basis. 16 tweets in about 20 minutes? Not too bad. I am going to grab some lunch and either keep working on this or watch this really interesting video that I found from Gary Vaynerchuk this morning. It's called, well, not that one. It's called Why I Create Content in the Way That I Do. It's a bit long. I forget what it is. Let's get out of this ad because this is annoying. Skip the ad. We're looking at 22 minutes or so. So, yeah, this will be a good way to spend lunch. All right, lunch is done. Let's go get this washed up. I have started block 3. It is just after 1:30, and I'm getting back to this 50 tweets a day task. Get that knocked out of the park. And let's see, I've still got to do my company's books, and I've got a couple of other things to do for hopefully this YouTube show that I'm going to be picking up. Waiting for that client to get back to me. Last one has been written, and it is only 2:22, which is great. I have another half hour on my work block. I'm going to take the dog out because he's been yelling at me, and then I will get back onto my next task. It is 3 o'clock. The start point of my next break, and I have made some good progress on this blog post. I will come back to this when I get finished with my rest. I'll probably even come back to it early just because I'm on a roll and it's good to keep moving while you have the thoughts running around in your head. I finished out the last chunk of my work block. While I was on my break, I took a shower, got some purple in my hair. Robo and I are going out to a friend's house tonight, so I wanted to get all cleaned up before making supper. And yeah, this has been a really productive afternoon. I got a blog post prepared for my company, and I've also nailed down at least one of my projects. The online web show that I need to cut has been figured out. They have sent me back a signed contract, so I'll be slamming away at that tomorrow morning. And that will be really good to get out the door. It's not a particularly difficult cut, it's just a rough cut, so it shouldn't take too long. It's really about just eliminating all the excess junk from the cut that currently exists and finding the best moments that help move the particular elements of the show forward. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I just got an update back from another client. This is the one that I talked to on Tuesday last week. I can't believe it was Tuesday last week. I feel like it's been a month or something since I last ran through Denver. If you didn't catch that video, you should totally go for it. I forget whichever side it's going to show up on. Anyway, I'll put a link. That was definitely an exhausting day. So yeah, they're trying to nail out details. He's got 2 different projects that he's looking at trying to give me, one or the other, and so we're just waiting on details. And it's nice having an update from this client to make sure all that project goes well. So tonight we're going to grab supper, and then we're going to head over to our friend's house. You may or may not see me for the rest of the evening, so if you don't, I'm going to call this right now the end of the video. Today has really been about getting all those things done that need to get done, maintaining contact, and letting that content blossom into the things that will move you forward in your projects. You can't get anywhere if you don't maintain contact and if you don't keep asking questions. It's not about hounding people, but it's about saying, hey, I just want to know where you're at. I want to be able to serve you as best as I can. Can you give me an update? So it's nice seeing that those things have paid off today. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer anything that I can or to take another look at something. I know I have my Habits for Success video where I have covered things like my morning routine, where I've covered things like my 12-week year, and these have largely stemmed from the questions that you all have asked. So if you have a question about a particular thing, please ask me. I'm more than happy to make a video. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I share these videos every single day to help you get to where you want to go by following the example that I'm setting every single day. Apparently I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to say ciao.